We are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back
Hello.
to my channel.
This is so much fun.
So, I see your name in Zoom is Angela. Do you go by
Oh,
Angie,
I go by
Angela,
Angie.
Angie? Okay.
Yes.
So, I am here with
Yes, I have
Angie.
my Angie.
That's cute. Did you
Yes.
make that or?
No, I did not. I got this from the ESL boutique. So,
Oh, Mandy, right? No,
Dana.
she's a connection, right?
Dana.
Dana. Okay. I was gonna say I've
Yeah.
seen a couple of them.
Yes. I saw that she had a glitter shirt like in kind of in the rainbow and I was like, I need that
Yeah, that's
for
the one.
sure.
Yeah, because you
Yes.
are the glitter person. I have a shirt. I'm just going to show you since we're talking about t-shirts. Can you see it? Sure. So
Yes.
this one is from Brand Me Tees, and I like it because I love like the baseball, football type
Yes, I
jerseys.
do love those the baseball tee. Those are always super cute
Yeah,
too.
super fun. Well, hey everybody, thanks for coming. We have I see a couple people in the chat box. Let us know who's here, and if you have questions for me or for Angie, please put them in all caps so I can find them. Sometimes we have some chats going on in the chat box, which is great because that's what we come
That's
here
so
for, is
cool.
to chat with everybody.
I've
So
never done a live YouTube interview before, so that's very neat.
I'm so glad you came. I just saw her on Instagram and I thought VIP kid teacher and she's crafty and fun. I am not crafty, so I need
That's
some
okay.
crafty people in my life. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, definitely. So my name is Angie. I am a wife and a mother. My daughter's just turned 4 years old.
Oh,
My husband is in the Air Force.
oh,
We've been married we just celebrated our eighth wedding anniversary last month. He's been in for, I think, 14 years. I can never remember.
yeah.
So, being with that job, since we've been married, we've moved 3 times.
Hmm.
And every time we move, it's a constant trying to find a new job.
I
Uh,
know. I don't
yeah.
know if you know my story. My husband and I were
No.
both Air Force.
Okay. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, super fun. So I know all about the moving and having online jobs seem to, well, I didn't start my online teaching until I moved back to the States.
Yeah,
So,
and it's one of those things that since I found this job, we haven't moved, which is okay. But
right.
if we do move again, it's going to be really nice because this job
Yeah.
can come with me.
Hmm.
With teaching, every state that you move to, teaching certificates and your teaching
Yeah.
license and all that is really different from state to state.
Hmm.
And so I ran into that problem, and then I just ended up teaching preschool for a long time, that wasn't really what I wanted to do. So I wasn't really happy with that. So once I found this job with VIP Kid, it was just kind of like, okay, I like
Yeah.
this. I'm going to do this, for as long as I can.
How long have you been with VIP Kid?
I just celebrated my 3-year anniversary last month as well.
I thought I saw the six contract hoodie on you in one of the pictures. So I was
Yes.
like,
Yep.
oh,
Yeah.
sorry, my eyes are watering.
I signed my seventh contract. Would have been last month.
Oh, great.
So
Hey, Teacher
yeah.
Renee, thanks for coming. Sometimes I can see who's in the chat and then, or I can see anyone that types in the chat, but sometimes there's people, like it says there's three here and I don't know who it is.
Oh,
So,
nice.
but thanks for coming, Teacher Renee. And if you have questions, put them in the chat. Renee's good about coming. She's so cool. Um, oh, I already asked you that. So, what was your why for starting with VIP Kid? Like, how did
Uh,
you find it? Did you think it was a scam? Like,
so yes, I did.
okay.
My one of my friends who is also a military wife, um, we used to work together at a preschool
Mhm.
back in Colorado, and then we moved to Arizona. I saw that she was working for this company online, and I'm like, is this real? Like you can
Right?
really get this. So I waited a few months, which I wish I wouldn't have. But then finally, I'm like, my daughter was just turning 1. We were getting to that point where we needed the income.
Yeah.
Um, and instead of solely depending on my husband, so I was like, I need to try this out and
Mhm.
see what it's like. Um, and so I just went for it. But yeah, totally thought it was a scam at first.
I
I'd
asked
like
that
most other
because
people.
It seems like a lot of the veteran teachers thought that it was a scam at one point, but most of us that started later are, it's been around now for a little
Right.
while.
Well, back when I started, there wasn't a huge presence on Facebook and Instagram. There were a few teachers out there on YouTube, like Nancy Taylor and Jennifer Anderson. And so I learned a lot from them, but now it's everywhere. So now
Yeah.
like people are like, okay, well, this is actually legit. So
Right. Nancy Taylor's so cool. She came on my channel. I had asked her, and
I saw that.
yeah,
I learned so much from her just
yeah,
watching her YouTube videos before I started. It was a lot of help just to
yeah,
kind of figure out, okay, like it's a little bit different than teaching in an actual classroom. So just trying to get used to that whole, vibe of one-on-one through the computer.
right.
A little bit of a learning curve,
Making
but
connections through, from different countries through the computer. Yeah.
yeah.
So, um, hello, Linda. Linda Sparks said she found you.
Hi, Linda.
Jacqueline Green says, "Yay, Angie."
Hey, Jackie.
Linda said she thought it was a scam too.
Yes.
And Jacqueline said, "I found VIP Kid through an email ad." Oh, interesting.
Oh,
That's pretty
nice.
neat. So, you already told us what you did before VIP Kid. What does your VIP Kid schedule look like?
So I am different. I don't consider my schedule being the norm when it comes to VIPKid teaching. I only
Okay.
teach at night. So in Arizona, we don't do daylight savings time. So we bounce in between Pacific time and Mountain time.
Okay.
But teaching here, the hours in the morning are so early. I was having to get up, I think, at 4
Yeah.
to teach like the 4:35, 5:30. And then back in the day, we still had 6 and 6:30.
Yeah.
And it was not for me. I,
You a grumpy mom?
oh, so bad. Yeah, I would get up and teach, and I would go lay back down for like a half an hour to an hour before my daughter would get up. And the rest of the day, I just felt like such a zombie mom that I'm
Yeah.
like, I have to change something.
Yeah.
So I decided to let my regulars know, hey, I'm switching over to these times. It was a slow start. I lost some hours, but with patience and just time, it built up. And so
Yeah.
now I teach every night from 9 to 11.
Okay. Is it about
Um,
4 classes?
four classes every night, Monday through Thursday. I've as you know, as you teach online and the longer that you've been doing it, the more you can kind of tweak your schedule
Yeah.
to the way you want it. And I take off weekends now.
Nice.
When I first started, I had to really load up on the weekends just to kind of
Yeah.
get those students to find me.
Right.
But now it's been nice because I have a really loyal set of regulars that
Good.
fill me up usually every week. So that's really been really helpful.
That's great. Just so you know, in the chat, when I'm looking right here, these are her questions. And when I'm looking over here, this is your live chat. So I try not to miss anything. So I always feel bad because I'm like looking at you and then I'm
Right.
looking down.
Yeah, I figured you were probably, because I don't see any of that. I just see us. So I figured you probably had a couple of things going on around you.
And I'm ADHD. There's a lizard on my window, so I keep looking at the lizard. If it comes into view, maybe I'll show you all. Let's see. Oh, good. You guys have questions. Love it. Teacher Renee, she says she used to live in Phoenix. What part of it? Oh, there's my Boston. What part of Arizona?
We are south of Phoenix, so south of Tucson, actually. We are about 45 minutes from the Mexico border.
Oh, wow.
So we're pretty south in Arizona. It takes us, I think, about 2 hours to get up to Phoenix.
Okay.
We don't go up there very often.
Yeah. I have never been to Arizona.
It's hot.
I live in Florida now, but we just came back. I was telling you earlier, we just came back from overseas. We were overseas for 17 years.
Right. Oh, wow.
So we just came back. It's been a year now. So let's see. Jacqueline said, do you have WeChat, Angie?
I do have WeChat. Yes.
I
And
do
it's kind
too.
of the big debate right now of whether or not it's going away.
Right.
I have a few families that I have on WeChat. I don't use it a lot though.
Yeah.
So if it went away, it would be sad because there's a few students then that I wouldn't get to talk to, but at the same time, we don't talk enough that I'm
Right.
like that I feel like I would be devastated, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Hmm. I know. What do you think, Jacqueline? Do you have you call her Jackie, right? You said
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
Jackie.
teacher Jackie. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Do you have WeChat and do you have a bunch of families you communicate with? I'd love to know. I have about 5 families on WeChat, maybe 6. Um, but I only really communicate with one, and that's only her. Her mom sends me her project every week because
Oh,
I mean
nice.
her
Hey,
homework. So
that
yeah,
works.
which class is that? Not the phonics one. Vocabulary, right? Is the one with the presentation they have to do every time.
Oh, I just taught my first vocabulary class last night.
Oh, really? But that
Yeah.
one doesn't have the presentation. It's one of them. Now I can't think now that I'm trying to think about it.
I'm not sure. I don't teach a lot of supplementary classes.
Yeah.
I get filled up mainly with the MC classes and then trials usually sneak in for short notice a lot.
I just showed a picture of my schedule, and out of the next 10 classes, I had 2, or however many are on that screen. I had 2 MC courses, and the
Oh,
rest are
wow.
all supplemental, mostly Starlight. Yeah.
Wow.
So how do you handle tough or distracted kiddos?
Oh, goodness.
Do you? I don't.
So, it's kind of funny because I talked about this recently within like the last 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
I have one little guy that likes to bring a flashlight to class. And he likes to shine the flashlight like right in the camera.
Yeah, of course.
So for me, with him, I ignore it.
Yeah.
I take, with on our screen, there's their picture and our picture. So I take something like one of my stars and I tape it to the screen so I can't see his camera. And I just pretend like he's not doing it because I'm just hoping that after a while he's gonna be like, oh, this isn't working,
Yeah.
and we'll
He'll grow
stop.
out of it.
Right. But honestly, the group of kids that I have, I don't see a lot of like behavior issues, which is really nice. I have
Yeah.
one little guy that's so distracted that he
Mhm.
wants to show me everything.
Yeah.
So I try to plan out our classes so that he's got time to show me his things.
Mhm.
I keep his rewards very, very simple for that reason, so
Yeah.
that he can still show me his stuff, but we can still finish the lesson.
Mhm.
So,
Cute. Let's see. Um. Oh. Sorry, I lost my place. Oh, she doesn't have WeChat. I've never done WeChat. I have a student who asked me to join, but I've never had. What levels do you teach?
so I am certified in levels 3 through level 7. I've never
Okay.
taught level 7 yet. I dropped level 2 in June or July. I decided all of my level 2 kids that I started out with, they've all
Mm-hmm.
moved up into level 3 or higher. And so I wasn't really seeing level 2s anymore. And when
Yeah.
they started to sneak in on my schedule, I was like, oh, level 2. I've gotten so used to those upper level kids.
Yeah.
Like, I need a break from level 2. So I
Mm-hmm.
decided to drop that certification and just stick with the upper level students now. And it's been kind of a nice change.
Good.
So I mainly teach majority of my students are level 3. I have a few level 4s and just a couple level 5s.
I used to have baby day. I called it baby day, and I had 6 classes, and it was 4 level 1s and 2 level 2s, once or twice a week. And I'd be like, oh, after it was
Yeah,
done.
that's a lot.
But a bunch of them moved up to level 2, and then there's a couple of ones that I haven't seen in a while. So I was like, oh man. But then
Takes
again,
a,
like you said, it's been nice.
it's a lot of energy. And
Yeah.
teaching at night, 9 o'clock at night, all that energy that I need for those levels, it's not always there. Especially if it's been a long day. So to come in and teach the lower levels that don't quite need as much, or to
Yeah.
teach those upper levels,
Higher.
uh, it's it's kind of nice. So I
Yeah.
don't have to be so over the top.
So what's a challenge that you've had to overcome as an online teacher?
I think biggest thing was switching my schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get it to just work for me and to work for my family. And I get that question a lot of how did you do it? And the biggest thing I tell people is to be patient,
Yeah.
keep your schedule consistent. Um, and for me, it took a little bit of time, but 3 years later, I think I switched my schedule within the first few months of
Oh, okay.
teaching, and it's been that way ever since.
Yeah.
So it took some patience, especially in the beginning when I had a lot of holes,
Yeah.
and they if you wait, they will come. Hi.
Hmm. They always say your tribe will find you.
Yes.
So what's your favorite props and rewards?
Well, obviously, my favorite rewards are glitter rewards.
And I've already asked her this, but I'm going to ask her again for anybody that's like me in the chat. Does the glitter come off your
It
reward?
does not. Yes, that's like the best thing ever because we don't really do glitter in this house,
Yeah.
at least regular glitter. But the glitter on this stuff, it's just super sparkly and pretty, but it does not come off.
Nice.
So
I think I
yeah,
need some. Now that I know it can't touch me.
yeah, no,
Everyone's like,
definitely not.
how did you teach kindergarten and not have glitter? Well, the trick is to have a friend that loves glitter, send your class to her, and her class comes to you.
There
And
you
then
go.
before they come back to my class, everything had to be in a Ziploc bag.
No glitter. Yes, but I probably some of my favorites, especially with my girls, are the hearts, using the hearts.
Hmm.
And it's fun to stack things like on top of them, the smaller hearts, smaller, they have all sorts of different shapes. Flowers, butterflies. Um, the boys don't mind the glitter stuff if it's things like cars and stars and dinosaurs and
Right.
robots, and it's been
Oh, and you
fun.
have the China map behind you.
I do.
You get the good fortune box.
I do. Yes.
So cool.
Yes.
Great. Let's see. Am I missing? Are there any problems with using VIP Kid logos, Dino on shirts, or other Etsy products?
So it's in my understanding that you are not allowed to take any VIPKid copyrighted property
Hmm.
and sell them in your Etsy shop or in your online business. And I
Right.
know within the last like year, they've started to crack down on that.
Yeah.
So I've kept my nose clean of making anything that is specifically tied to their like actual property.
Right.
So that's why I do lots of like simple like shapes and things like that. VAPKid is doing a teacher, what do they call it? The summer
Marketplace?
market. Yes,
Yeah,
the teacher's summer market,
that's right.
which should be coming out on Friday. And
Mhm.
I am one of the teachers that they picked to showcase.
Yay,
Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you. I'm
Great.
super excited.
And I saw your
So
Etsy shop's doing great too. You had like
it
over
is.
4,000 sales and good
Yes,
reviews on there.
it's been amazing. I know one of your questions for me was how I started.
Hmm.
Um, so 2.5 years ago, my husband deployed, and it was just me and the little one. She was 1.5, 2, I don't remember. But I needed something else to do. I wanted something, just a creative outlet, just to kind of have some fun with, maybe make just a little extra money.
Yeah.
It was just kind of whatever. So I started out making, and I used to have it right here, but I covered it up with my map. I started out making teacher signs,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, and I did with 5 apples in the teacher name, and then I would throw in a set of glitter stars um, with it. And then I also started selling just a few sets, just, for fun.
Yeah.
And I noticed how popular the glitter stars were. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna roll with this. And so I started making stars, and then stars went into hearts, And that's where it stayed for a while. And then someone's like, can you make me ice cream? Yeah, sure. And then it's kind of blown up from there. I found some ideas of things to make. I've had people come to me asking for things. So I do a lot of custom orders for other teachers because they're always like, hey, how about this? Can you do this?
Yeah.
Like, sure, let me try. Yeah. And so everything's kind of blown up from there. When I started this, I did not expect it to be where it's at today.
Right.
I think I owe a lot of my success to Instagram.
Oh, okay.
2 years ago, I decided to start an Instagram page just to connect with other teachers on Instagram. And I would, every once in a while put my business stuff out there, but not a lot. And it kind of snowballed from there. I would have teachers tag me in posts, and then things blew up, and it's crazy, and it's been amazing.
I don't even know how I found you. I'm trying to remember now.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You must have came up somehow.
I'm not sure. I was one of the featured teachers with the Good Fortune box, not for July, but in June. So, that might have been it. I don't know.
No, it was on Instagram. I remember clicking on your picture, like, oh, this should be interesting. So, hey, I don't think I said hello to Lisa. Lisa, thanks for your question. Linda just said, how'd you get started with glitter items? So do you stick with the glitter?
I do. That's all I do now is glitter stuff.
Oh, hey, my niece is here. Hey, Alexa.
Aww.
I've never seen her coming in one of my chats.
That's cute.
Jackie said it doesn't come off.
Whew. It does not.
It's a glitter geeks. Linda said she's obsessed. That's awesome. I need some more things. Every time I get 5 of something, of course I think VIPKid. I need 5 of something. So I've been saving all of my, my Good Fortune box, fortune cookies to use, and then the butterflies they sent. So every time I get something in 5s, I'm like,
Yeah, I always do at least sets of 5. I try to sometimes do more because I like to have 6 of things.
Okay.
So sometimes I do sets of 6, sets of 8, sets of 10. But I see you have lots of fish behind you. And that was one of my recent things that I've done.
Cute.
Been lots of different fish, which these have been really good for the level 3 unit with the fish and the reptiles. Yes. So I really like these.
That's great.
Yeah.
I know I'm thinking about changing to more of a different kind of fish. So just quickly, the fish are because I have permission from a publishing company to read Pout fish books on my channel.
Oh, that's really cool.
And I got permission to use them on OutSchool. So that's why I now have lots of Pout fish. So I have every book of Pout fish now.
They're super cute books.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I get to read them, but thanks to Deborah Dyson and Dan Hanna for making them. So gills, that's what I was thinking, Jackie, when she held it up, the gills,
Yeah. I tried to do so that, we've got scales, some of them have the gills, and it's been really scales. It's been handy for that, for teaching, fins and tail, all the different parts of the fish. Kind of adds a little more excitement to some of those lessons that are a little
I'm sure
dry.
It's much better than my fish that I draw that look like crackers. I just make a little circle with like a triangle.
That's how mine would look, so it's okay. I am not an artist when it comes to drawing anything.
I am so bad. I have another kid question for you. Where was it? Do you have a favorite teaching moment or a funny story? You've been with VIPKid for a while.
I know, and I don't know that I have a funny story. I was thinking about that. There's always the words that they say, which should not be the words that they're supposed to be saying. Right. And it's like, you just have to sit there and kind of not laugh about things. But I think some of my favorite stories are just some of my students that I've had for so long that I've seen, that I've been able to see grow up.
Aw.
One of my longest regulars I've had for 2 years. I was his only trial teacher, so I've seen
Oh,
him since the very beginning.
wow.
And he's now in the middle of level 3 2 years later. And it's amazing to see how much they grow and how much their English grows
Yeah.
and just how much they, because he was such a quiet little guy at the beginning that
Uh-huh.
really just kind of sat there and
Yeah.
um, didn't have much to say. But now it's like him and I just have these great conversations, and it's amazing.
Aw,
That's one of
that's
the reasons why I want to do this job for as long as I can, just because I love seeing them grow up.
yeah.
So,
Teacher Ashley said, I have them. I love them, Angie, and I love you, Angie.
oh, thanks, Ashley.
So, guys, if you see something you like or you want to check out her shop, I put it in the description box. And like she said, she's one of the teachers coming up on the, what did you
Yeah,
say,
so starting, I
summer
think
march?
Friday,
Say my R's.
um, I think VIPKid is pushing that out on Friday, and on the page that they push out, there will be a code for 10% off of all the regular orders in my shop. So,
Oh,
yeah.
great. Great. So I'll have to look for that. But if you're not, I can't say my R's today. If you're not a part of VIPKid and you want to check out her Etsy shop, just go ahead and click in the description box below. So,
Yeah.
so are you tech savvy? What kind of tech do you use in your classroom?
I really don't. I will sometimes use Google Slides,
Yeah.
and I just use the Sidekick app on my phone,
Yeah.
and that's it. But honestly, it's maybe once or twice a week I'll pull up some Google Slides for reward for some of my kiddos that have seen everything that I have. But I've been getting some new um, like printable props from a few of my favorite creators out there that
Mhm.
I tie into to sometimes go with my glitter stuff or just to use as a little refresher for my students who have seen everything.
Yeah. I use the Google Slides, but not as rewards. I use them as like flashcards. I like having the flashcards and
Yeah.
like today takeoff, on the
Hmm.
Google slide, the plane was taking off. So
Oh, that's really
it's
cool.
visual for them. Yeah. So
I always forget that they have like the actual prop things in there as well.
yeah,
I always forget about that
I
part.
always forget there's rewards there. um, so are you a YouTuber?
I am not.
Okay, I couldn't remember if you told me you were on YouTube or not.
No, I'm not that. I'm not that good.
I don't know about good. I am a talker. It kind of worked out this way that I was making some videos and then my husband's like, why don't you interview some teachers? And that's kind of what's
Yeah, it's
been,
awesome. I
yeah.
think I would get frustrated with all of the editing parts
You don't
because
have
I'm
to
not
edit
good
when
at
you
that.
interview because
True. Like with this, you don't have to. Yeah, that works out really well.
oh, that's why I do all lives. Not really. I
Definitely.
don't do just lives. And every Monday I have a panel of VIPKid teachers, and we discuss something VIPKid, anything
Nice.
collaborating on something ESL teaching or
That's cool.
VIPKid. So yeah, I don't do editing so well. So
Hey, well, that works then.
mhm. So let's see if we see any other questions in the chat. Let's see. Linda said, I use Google Slides all the time. Oh, awesome. Do you use them as props or rewards, or do you use them as props? I have used them as rewards before because I remember there's a couple of Find a Star ones
Hmm.
that I like, but I usually use, I found these on Teacher Pay Teachers. I don't know who makes them now, but they're awesome. I just bought like a
Oh,
big set, and then I have probably over 100 of these now.
nice.
And I have students that choose this every class.
Right.
I only have 100 classes with one student, but I've only been in, I mean, I've been in 1 year now with VIPKid as
Nice.
of a couple days ago. So
Awesome.
not so bad, 100 classes in a year with her.
Yeah, that's really good.
yeah.
I usually when I do find a star, it's the Google Slide ones now. And I have a few boys who, so I have a few sets of stars that have big magnets on the back.
Uh-huh.
These are from Walmart.
Yeah.
So when they find a star, with like in the Google Slides, and I throw them because my entire board back here is magnetic. So then I throw it. Oh, and of course it's not going to work when I'm live.
Right.
There we go.
There you go.
But they get a kick out of that. They think that's hilarious. So
somebody else does that too. I can't think of who it is right now, but they have a magnet board and they toss them back.
Who was the first? I think it was Teacher Alexis, who was the first person that I saw do that. And I'm like, I have to try that. It works out really well with the big magnets. If you use like the little tiny guys, which is on most of my stuff.
Neodymium.
Yeah, I don't know how you say it.
Yeah.
But these ones are a little bit harder to throw and actually get to stick.
That's fun.
So I always use the big magnets, because then they stick a lot better on there. So
that's great. I have those too. Yeah, I got mine at Walmart also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I was a new teacher, I had no idea what these little magnets were. And so I just found magnets from Walmart. I'm like, oh, hey, those will work.
Yeah.
And then I've discovered, I think through Jennifer Anderson.
Yeah, she has a huge.
Yeah, that these are nice and strong.
There's my magnetic board.
Nice.
I ordered that on Amazon. It's just a sheet.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like a sticky back, and I just.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Yeah.
I have one of the oil drip pans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those that's half full with glitter stuff, and then the other half is full of like printed clip art from a few of my favorite teachers.
We just talked about that yesterday. Instead of an oil drip pen, I stole my cookie sheet from my kitchen.
Yeah.
My husband's like, hey, where'd the cookie sheet go? I'm like, hey, we need a new one. I'm not giving it back.
It's magnetic. It works.
That's great. Okay, so let's see. I think you talked about anything else you want to tell us about your Etsy shop or?
Goodness, I have no idea.
If they go to Etsy, they can just find you by creative, what's it called?
Creative Crafts by Ange. Usually you can search that name, but everything Etsy's weird, like you have to put everything together. So you can't put any spaces in there. Yeah, it's interesting. But if you search Creative Crafts by Ange on Etsy, then it comes up. And I think if you do a Google search for it, I think some of my stuff comes up.
Oh, good. And like I said, it is linked below. And your Instagram is linked, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I figured you'd want that there. Just in case.
Yeah, I have in my bio on Instagram is linked to my Etsy shop.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I have my final 3 questions. If you don't have anything else that you need to add, or we can always add it at the end.
Sure.
Okay, so what do you think are the qualities of a good teacher?
The qualities of a good teacher. I think it seems especially with online teaching, that you really have to be flexible.
Yeah.
And your teaching style kind of needs to meld with the student that you're teaching. Because I've got one girl who is very shy and reserved, and she's not going to like, me being crazy and all over the place. And
I am. I know I'm not everyone's teacher.
Yeah, and so sometimes you have to dial back with a student like her, but then I have other students that love when I throw things at my board and just have fun with and be silly with, and so definitely being flexible and coming to class with a smile and being happy to see them.
Yeah.
Just those kinds of things, making sure to build a relationship with that student, asking, how's your little brother? What did you do this morning? Did you have fun playing outside?
Yeah. I felt like I was asking the same questions over and over again. And there are some teachers that have some great like rapport questions, rapport building things. So I bought like these on a ring with questions.
Are those from Teacher Amanda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've watched my channel, she's been on here. She's on almost every week on my channel.
Oh, nice.
She's part of the collaboration group too.
I did see those from her, and I was like, I should get a set of those.
Yeah, well, it was just nice for me because like what's your name is on here. How old are you?
Mm.
But then like, did you stay home today? I was like, oh, I never thought to ask that question. So
Yeah, it's always since I see them in their morning time or their afternoon time.
mhm.
They've only been awake for a few hours. So it's like, what did you do today?
Yeah.
I ate breakfast.
I have
I
split.
ate lunch.
Yeah. I do in the mornings and in the evenings. So sometimes
Mhm.
I'm like, how was your day today? Wait, you just woke
Yeah.
up, right?
Yeah, right?
Okay,
It's like,
what
oh,
are you?
wait a second.
And then this one I have every Friday night, my time, Saturday morning, his time. I start off everything like, what are you going to do today? He's like, teacher, it's Saturday. I
I
go
know,
to
right?
grandma's house. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Same question every Saturday, isn't it? So, where do you see yourself in the next few years?
I have no idea. Um, with military life, you never know, honestly.
Right.
We've been here for, I think, almost 5 years.
Oh, time to go.
I know. I'm so ready. I'm so used to moving every 3 years that I'm like, okay, we've been here long enough. Can we go
Yeah.
somewhere, please?
Yeah.
Um, so my husband is working on, he put in an application for something that would be a really good promotion for him. So it's kind of like fingers crossed. If it doesn't work out, it's okay, but it would be awesome because then we would get to move.
Yeah.
But, and this kind of job is so new,
Hmm.
just in the world itself. So, with everything going on, it's like, will this kind of job be around in 5 years? I hope
Right.
so, honestly. But it's just kind of like, hey, I'm going to take it,
Yeah.
day
Do
by
what you can.
day, for as long as I can, and just roll with it until something else comes along, I guess. But
Right.
um, like I said, I've been doing this for 3 years, and I would love to keep doing it for as long as I can.
Yeah. This is a
Yeah,
great gig. I love it. It's
yeah,
gonna
it
be
really
fun.
is. Hmm.
So, what are some great teaching resources that you've come across?
I have a few, and I pulled some of them out because I have a few favorite teachers that I like to buy stuff from.
Oh, okay.
One of my biggest ones, and I have boxes down here. So I have all my props from Rachel Kennison.
Oh,
So
Kennison's Creations?
um,
Kennison.
I think so. I
Okay.
can't think of it off the top of my head.
I think I have some.
But I have all of the level. Um, oh yeah, Kennison's Creations. Yep. So I have all the word cards
Yes.
for each level broken down into each unit, with all the prop cards. This is mainly what I use for um, like vocabulary cards
Mhm.
and sight word cards.
And
Um,
there's a bunch too. I mean, the whole,
yeah, I've
yeah.
got 1, 2, 3. I have 5 boxes that I broke down into levels, and then I have a trial box as well. So
Yeah.
those are super handy because I can prep my classes in
Hmm.
a matter of like minutes, and then
Yeah.
that's it. I'm good to go. And then when it comes to pulling in some different types of rewards, like I said, when my students are tired of seeing
Mhm.
my glitter stuff, because I know it happens. You don't want to see the same stuff every day. I love using just other types of stars. So Teacher Alyssa has a
Oh,
TPT store where she does a bunch of stars.
I
Um,
just bought those.
Teacher, yeah, Teacher Paige has a bunch of awesome stars in her TPTs. Yes, yes.
Teacher
Teacher
Paige.
Paige.
Oh,
Hmm.
Paige.
Oh my stars.
Oh, yep. Love
Yep.
that one. She's
And
actually part of
then
my YouTubers group too.
yeah, she's got some awesome sets. Her
Yeah.
growing bundle of stars, I bought that last month. That's amazing.
Really.
Yeah, because everything, once you buy it, everything new that she makes, she puts in the growing bundle,
Oh
and
no.
then you can download it for free.
Wow.
And then one of my good friends, Teacher Lisa, has some awesome clip art
Whoa.
sets, which I
Nice.
love using as rewards and also as props. So like the foods for,
Hmm.
any lesson that has to do with foods. The pandas are great for talking about, especially like the ing verbs. What is he
Oh.
doing? He is running. Things like that. So I love, she made me a set of, this is kind of an inside joke between the two of us. She made me a set of sports balls. And these are great for the boys. And they are also really good for any lesson that involves sports like ping pong.
Oh, I would love those. I love sports. Like I have sports everywhere. Like
yeah, these are perfect for I think it's level 3 unit 10, which talks about the different sports that we play in America versus China.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And hobbies. Level 4. I think units like unit 5 or unit 6. That's a good one for those too.
Great.
Yeah. So I love, obviously there's so many teachers out there that support me. So I love being able to support those other teachers as well. And then can help fill up my classroom with all this other,
if you want to
all
send
this other fun
links,
stuff.
I'll add them too.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. When this is done, just send me the links and I can add them underneath yours and just share the love.
For sure. Yes, most definitely. And then, like this is one of my new favorite things.
Oh, I love that. Did you know they sent like a one that you can print with all the pieces? I'm thinking about trying to blow it up and marking all the students where they live and stuff.
Yes, I saw that. I think they sent it out like with like the monthly Zoom like chat. And I was like, oh, that would be really fun to put like where the students live. But this is coming like in handy a lot. Last night, my level 4 student, we were talking about the different parts of China, and she didn't understand when we were talking about Eastern China.
Oh, okay.
She needed a visual, and it's like, oh, hey,
this side.
I got this. So that worked out really well. So
yeah, it helps me when they say where they live too, because I can see the writing at the bottom. Or, for my older kids, I'm like, wait, can you tell me the number? And I put it up close so that they can see.
Yeah, show me, which number do you live in?
I've got a bunch of 7.
Yes, it's perfect. Where is number 7?
Kind of all the way to the east.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Maybe I have a lot of students.
17 up all the way to the right.
Yeah, I have a lot of students that are right in this area right here.
And I have one way down in the bottom in the south. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Is it hot there?
That's cool. Yeah, it's been fun to find out where they live, but a lot of my students are right in here. So
great. Well, that is all I have. That's all I see in the chat. It was really nice hanging out with you today.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. This was fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, and thank you everyone for coming to the chat. We had 9 people in our chat hanging out with us, and we really
awesome.
That. Yeah, very super fun. So check out her Etsy shop, and please give us a like. I'm just learning how all of these work. I say I'm just learning. I know how the likes work with analytics, but I just got monetized the other day, so I didn't realize that ads will come on at the beginning. So when I try to log in, an ad came up on my own. It's only been 1 day, so still trying to figure it all out. But let's see. Jacqueline said, I'm so excited because her map is coming. Oh, yes. We got the map from the Good Fortune box. I don't know if you've heard of it. I'm trying to get my bucks.
I think they said they have a few maps left too.
Oh, so you can go to the Good Fortune box. I think it's, what is it, Crate Joy?
If you go, they have an Instagram page. So if you go to their Instagram page, I think there's a post about the map. Yeah. I thought I saw something today about there being a few maps left.
Okay, good. And I can add it in the description box below. And if Angie, if you have a code, we can put your code, or we can put my code. If you use
my code is glitter, obviously.
Okay, so if you use glitter, you can get $5 off, or if you use my name, Kasie, Kasie, you can get $5 off. But you get the Good Fortune box, and it comes every month, and it's just a lot of fun because you never know what's going to be in here. But one of the cool things is you're supposed to give a good fortune to somebody else after you use it. So in here, I have some new. Did you know that?
No.
You send a good fortune to somebody else. So you take props that you haven't used in a while. So I have some from Amanda Panda Teacher. These are actually newbie ones.
Uh-huh.
Put them in here, and I got these from somebody else, all the like level 1 characters. You put them in here and you send them to another teacher so that they have good fortune.
Oh my goodness. I have a box full of stuff that I am like, I don't use this anymore. I
Send a
don't
good
want to
fortune
throw it
donation.
away. Oh my goodness. I have 2 boxes.
My husband's like, can we get rid of some of these boxes now? And I'm like, no.
Oh, yes. I'm going to start doing that.
Super fun. So you can give somebody else a happy day.
Yes, totally. What an amazing idea. I love that.
So the Good Fortune box is made by teachers for teachers. And
Yes.
it's just a lot of fun. Jacqueline said, yes, I'm not subscribed to the Good Fortune box, but I definitely ordered the map. Okay, good. So she just confirmed you can go in there and order the map too. So
Yeah.
if they don't run out.
I think they
ran out
do.
once.
Yeah, I think I don't remember if it was last month. They hit, I think, 600 boxes, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, they've been running out of boxes too. So
did you join their step bet for this month?
No.
Oh.
Well, I can't wear, you can see the tan line. I have worn a Fitbit for, I don't know, like 5 years. And then mine died and I had to get a new one. And this one just gave me this huge like mark here. And it was so like hurt and itchy. And now every time I put on the watch for even more than an hour, I'm having trouble. So I have to wear it for a little bit every day.
Yeah. That would bother me. And then I'd be like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah. So it's like driving me crazy. So Kelly says, I'd love to have good fortune. Hey, Teacher Kelly. Kelly, I'll have to send you, I already have your address, so maybe I'll send you one of my good fortune boxes. But you've been teaching longer than me.
I'm definitely going to have to put a box together. And then how do you pick people that you send them to?
Oh, I don't know.
Just like random?
The plan was I was going to send them to any new teacher that I heard about, like if you go to Newbie Island or something.
Right.
But I will be honest, I look for positive people. If people are on there negative, I'm like, next. Sorry.
See, and this is why I came to Instagram, because Instagram is so just positive. And obviously, with every job, there's, there's positives and negatives. But I feel like the Instagram community of teachers is just a million times more positive than Facebook.
Yeah.
So
I need to get on Instagram more.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing over here.
I just learned how to post to it a couple months ago, and then I couldn't remember how to do it. So
I've made a lot of really good friends, teacher friends through Instagram, which has been the really sad part about COVID and where the journey that was supposed to happen in March didn't happen, because I miss my teacher friends so much.
Yeah. So. And actually, Teacher Kelly Tag that's in here, you see her with the blue wrench. She's one of my moderators. She, her and I are friends from YouTube mostly. Well, our YouTuber friend introduced us in this group, and we've been friends ever since.
That's awesome.
So that's been awesome.
I have a group of friends that we all met through Instagram, and it's been a little over 2 years. We talk every day and send each other stuff, and it's just we all, some of us went to Vegas together, and then some of them went to DC to meet up with each other. And
I went to DC, but I had only been in a month. I didn't know anybody yet. And Kelly went to DC, but we didn't know each other yet. So Linda said she's given her extras to her new recruits. Yeah, I think that's a super fun idea.
I've randomly done like paper props and things like that where I've posted on Instagram. I'm like, hey, the first person that, says they want it, I'll send it to you. But I might have to think of I'm going to have to think of a different way that I can do this.
Something.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, something.
Super fun. All right, everybody, thank you so much. And thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. This was fun. I think I could talk to you for days.
I know. Once you get me going, I don't stop. So
I know, me too. We'll have to chat again about
for sure.
Air Force experience and stuff. So
definitely. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.